Hi and welcome back to Larand Gaming, and if you are new to the channel, welcome. I am Larand, and yes, it's Merchant Day again. This time it's week 94, and well, I'm getting better and better by the day, so I'm very optimistic this time. Last week was horrible, but regardless, everyone here is waiting, and while we are waiting, let's go and take a closer look at the community. Yes, and here we have it. The Wandering Merchant has arrived in Port Jackson, week 94. Alright, so let's go check it out. See if we have any reactions. Rerun. Okay, so nothing new. Okay, not much of a reaction. Alright, so let's go check it out. Okay, so we have the Oathbreaker with a damage of 450. These are items from last week, I believe. The blue claymore with reeling speed 5%, rarity chance 20%, strength 20%, hook speed 5%. We have the Molten inferno rod. As it says, allows you to fish in lava. This is great. Reeling speed 10%, rarity chance 30%, strength 5%, hook speed 5%. The two baits are mystery bait box. Catch any fish in the game at random. Includes every fish except void pond fish and past event fish. Price 25 charge. And we have the cowboy hat. Chance to catch an exotic fish sheaf and also adds additional 3% reeling speed. Price 50 charge. Okay. And we're gonna start with Oathbreaker, the spear with a damage of 450. It has a price of 75 charge. We're gonna go over here and take a look at it in free camera. So it looks like this. It has a lot of special effects surrounding the spear itself, and also has some small animation here up in the top. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. Just gonna wait a little bit. Yeah, as you can see, it was spinning around a little bit, so a little bit of special feature there. That is very nice. We're gonna throw it into the air and see what it looks like. And as you can see, no visible trail or anything. We're also gonna throw it into a tree to see if it has some special effect, if it hits something. And as you can see, and also what you could hear, no special sound effects or anything. So we're also gonna go and check if anything glows over here in the dark. And let's see. As you can see, this has a lot of glow effect. You can clearly see me here in the dark also, so it does emit light, which is very, very cool. And it also has neon textures, which is very, very nice. And I actually think you can see that when I throw the spear through the dark, you have this bluish color that follows the spear, which is very, very cool. And yes, that's the Oathbreaker. And we're gonna continue with Bluebell claymore. Reeling speed 5%, rarity chance 20%, strength 20%, hook speed 5%. So this rod has the highest strength in the game with 20. Keep that in mind. Yes. We're gonna equip it and we're gonna go and take a closer look at it. We also actually had it last week, so if you did see that episode, well, it's gonna be the same basically. So here it is. It's a very beautiful made sword actually. And of course it is a rod, but I really like the details and the textures of it. It's very, very well made, and it has these 3 shiny effects here on it, which is just awesome. The bobber is actually the top part here, the vine, so we can throw it first here on the ground, and it looks like this. Because it's gonna be pretty difficult to see it here in the dark actually, because it doesn't emit any light or anything. It just vanishes in here. And you can still see these 3 shiny effects on the rod itself, but nothing that emits any light, because, well, you can't see me in here basically. Gonna throw it also into the water. No big surprise actually. I mean, it's the vine itself. Nothing special, but still very, very cool. Alright, so that's the Bluebell claymore. And yeah, one more thing before we continue with next rod is that the Bluebell claymore costs 60 charge. But now we're gonna move on to the Molten Inferno rod because, yeah, this one is very special. It allows you to fish in lava. It has reeling speed 10%, rarity chance 30%, strength 5%, hook speed 5%. It has also a price of 120 charge, so it's a little bit more expensive than the other rod, actually twice as expensive, but it's also very, very special. We're gonna equip it, and we're gonna take a look at it in the free camera. We can stand right over here, by the way. And yeah, it looks like this. Cool rod, and I love this bobber. It's really, really special and extremely easy to see actually, unless everyone else is using it. We're gonna go over in the dark and see what it looks like. You can also see the bobber here on the ground, and yeah, it's a very special one. I love it. You can actually throw the bobber in the dark, and as you can see, clearly visible. It will be rolling down into the water. But the rod itself doesn't emit any light, but you can clearly see the special effects and neon textures, which is nice. You can of course use it in regular water and, well, it will still burn in the water, which is cool, I don't mind. But of course, we're gonna go over to the volcano, because that's where this rod is very, very special. Because this rod will replace basically the lava rod, which is just awesome, because we needed something to assist us better inside the volcano, because the lava rod wasn't really that good, but it was the only option that we had. So I guess even if you have a very special looking bobber, if you plan to fish here, well, let me just say that everyone will still have the same bobber, so it can be a little bit confusing. But the fact that you can fish in the lava makes it just so totally worth it. And yeah, this is of course very important if you plan to do and work with the index rewards from Eruption Island, because fishing here with a regular lava rod, well, to me it was it was pain. I didn't want to do it. I never really tried. But with this rod it's gonna be fully possible. I will plan to do it in the future, however not now. But yes, there you have it. That's the Molten Inferno rod. Alright. And yes, while we are here, why not just jump into the conclusions, because this week is pretty easy actually. And it's gonna be the Molten Inferno rod, because yeah, it's so special and unique in its ability. The Oathbreaker doesn't really stand a chance, because having a damage of 450, well, basically it does require you to have at least 2 hits on any sea creature here in First Ocean, and it's gonna be way worse in Ocean 2. So yeah, that's a pretty easy choice actually. And as for the Bluebell claymore, well, it has so much strength. I mean, sure, it's special in terms of that, but strength has never been a favorite of mine, so it's pretty easy to say that the Molten Inferno rod is gonna be the choice for me. And yeah, those were the items from the Wandering Merchant week 94. Alright. Well, in any case, that was all I had for you today. If you do have any questions or comments about this, please put them below. Like this video if you would like to see more content from Fishing Simulator. Please subscribe, and yes, have a nice day. Bye everyone.